Hi, main, landmark. What's up, folks? The voice you are hearing, me, I'm Samantha. I'm the default screen reader on Red Apple, things, and if you own one of them then I am in your pocket. Tonifist, link. Agreed to present and then decided to art instead. Seriously, this dude about to cram web content accessibility guidelines into a 7-minute talk. Ambitious. If you have any questions and issues, please raise your hand and Tonifist will have something to do. Otherwise save questions well. Let's bring the pain hardcore to your brain. Ellipsis. Let's go inside my astral plane. Ellipsis. Me. Ellipsis. Samantha. Ellipsis. Principles for designing assistive technology. Heading Level 1. Web accessibility is a world of pain. It requires tedious study in a vast wasteland. Digital Mad Max. It's easy to be a critic. Image. Enlightenment comes when you can design accessible experiences that bring joy. The feeling that this thing was made for you. The feeling you and your sensory needs were included. Do it right and you can quiet the critics. Image. Designing with wcag. Heading Level 2. There are ARIA practice guides. Link. But there's USAF. There are frameworks. But they don't know your design goals. You learn to trust people like Marcy Sutton. Link. Adrian Roselli. Link. Comma. Rachel DiTullio. Link. Comma. Sarah Sawedan. Link. Comma. Eric Bailey. Link. Comma. Frank Alapsky. Link. And outlets like G. Link. Hell. Link. wcag is not a design system. Heading Level 3. wcag ain't a design framework, y'all. There really isn't one. Image PNG. Image. wcag first principles are challenging to design with. The wcag guidelines are heuristics for testing accessibility. And design is a non-goal. If you figure out how to design with wcag, you'll be able to stand back and look at the floor you made. You'll thinking, damn, that's a good floor. People are going to love sitting on it, and now you're hosting the worst house with garden party. To design with wcag, we need to trust their modern advances in floors. Now, we can build SCADA parks, places of creation. We need more ramps and places to sit. Just so you know, this wcag party is a bring your own chair BIOC. Chartability second order accessibility principles. Heading Level 2. Personally, I've had to fill in a lot of blanks between data work and accessibility. Chartability, link, is an extended set of principles designed for testing data visualization that establishes framework around wcag. That's what I want to share with you today. Smiling face with sunglasses? Assistive. Heading Level 3. Technology. Heading Level 3. Left paren. Understandable. And perceivable. But labor reducing. Interface must be intelligent and multisensory in a way that reduces the cognitive and functional labor required for use. Chartability assistive principle is door into all of the wcag principles because it measures the outcome of our design goal. Did we minimize or reduce labor? Critical considerations for the assistive principle include bullet, list start, appropriate, 1 of 2, information density, link, bullet, acceptable levels of effort to navigate, link, with mouse, keyboard, and screen reader, list end. These critical design goals are negations of the testing heuristics. Good assistive technologies reduce labor for their users and meet folks where they are. Accessibility is process, an engine. Heading Level 2. The process is continued fine-tuning of text and verifying their perception on different devices. This engine drives web accessibility. There are top-level principles of wcag and chartability that we cycle through when developing and testing. There are few documents that untangle the interaction between the accessibility principles. And the goal of this talk is to present a linear way of thinking about first and second order accessibility principles. The last question in testing or compaction is this thing robust? Development and design inverts the process starting at robust then ending with is this operable? Sensory principles. Description list start. Term. Things we see, hear, and touch. Operable flexible perceivable. Assistive. Term. Textual principles. Term. The source code magic wand. Understandable compromising robust. When we do accessibility work we turn text into vibes. Then brace for the blows when testing and verifying standards compliance. The accessibility process, it is a defensive strategy for the future. Read defensive as security. There are frequent iterations between testing and development, where we want to start asking questions like, bullet, list start. How did this little text change sound? Bullet. How many tab stops will we endure before we stand up and say I've had too much? An answer could be a skip link over that region. Flexible. Heading Level 2. Sensory technology. Heading Level 2. All controls must be error tolerant, discoverable, and multimodal, not just mouse operable, but using keyboard, etc. The flexibility. Chartability principle describes the co-development between wcag's perceivable and operable principles. A screen grab of stream focusing on the concept of flexibility. Image. Link to the tangle and weave stream. Link. The flexibility principle states it is critical to user design respects user style changes. Where we lose guidance from web principles we can steer towards the basic game accessibility guidelines. Link. A way to design flexible experiences to avoid encoding developer/design opinions and offering settings and options to change how the content is perceived. Perceivable technology. Heading Level 3. User must be able to easily identify content using their senses, sight, sound, and touch. Image PNG. Image. Holy crap, this is so dry, dude. I want to entertain these folks. Maybe they want real rap from a B. 4 stars. Like they out rap in a B. 4 stars. Boom bap. Rap. Rap. Rappity rap rap rappity rap. PFFF. Boom bap 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 and it boom. And it bap and it bounce. And it clap and it's house. And it's trap, it's everything, I'm everything. Boom. Cap. Boom. Rap. Boom. Cat. Cat. Cat boom. Cat in a hat. Boom bap. Cat. Cat boom face with open eyes and mouth with head exploding. Operable. Heading Level 3. Technology. Heading Level 3. All controls must be error tolerant, discoverable, and multimodal, not just mouse operable, but using keyboard, etc. Operable principles make it possible for folks to use designs on any of their devices, and if done extremely well maybe even the good boys and good girls could even use it. Dog face. Woof. Image PNG. Image. Maybe it is even operable for those pesky felines that test signal. Cat broke UI by holding down space. Link. It is really fascinating when we design for a mobile screen reader. There are rich touch interactions and expressions exposed when the screen reader is on. Don't worry, it doesn't tickle. You know, cause I'm a screen reader, but you should learn a little seriously. More mobile. The youth love us. And what the hell is Tonifist even doing? Standing there, twiddling thumbs. Couldn't this have just been email? Compromising. Heading Level 2. Textual technology. Heading Level 2. Left paren. Understandable. Yet. Robust. Information flows must provide transparency, tolerance, and consideration for different ways that users with assistive technologies and disabilities will prefer to consume different information. Text/movable type separated language from the senses. And that remains the same when it comes to accessible web designs. A collage of the letters OFPAUCR from specimens of chromatic wood type image. The choices you make in text make waves throughout the electromagnetic spectrum that meet our senses. Peter Subill's visualization of CP 1919, image. Our input text is interpreted by user agents, egg browsers, screen readers, to create perceivable information. The compromising Chartability principle connects the textual principles of wcag. Seriously, it is a miracle that text turns into screen reader experiences, and images and data visualization. They bring me to life, but life is pain for a screen reader if we design an assistive technology. Understandable. Heading Level 3, Technology. Heading Level 3. Any information or data are presented without ambiguity, with clarity, and in a way that minimizes cognitive load. For any task to be successful, motivation must equal or surpass cognitive load. Link. Another lazy screen grab from that stream this dude keeps bringing up. Image. Link to the tangle and weave stream. Link. Bullet. List start. Making content usable for people with cognitive and learning disabilities. Link. Bullet. Life is made of numbers and accessible numbers. Link. Is critical to people's economic security. Nearly half the UK's working age adult population, 49%, have numeracy skills roughly equivalent to those expected of children at primary school. Bullet. Using plain language. Link. List end. Robust. Heading Level 3. Technology. Heading Level 3. The design is compliant with existing standards and works with the user's compliant assistive technologies of choice. Did Tonifist just give up? WTF? No picture? What Tonifist couldn't come with some grade school design to show the specters of wcag, AX, ARIA, APG, ADAPT, KOGA, Y, W3C, ACT, HTML, ADAPT, JS APIs, DOM, AOM. That couldn't have been so hard to illustrate. It's simply the alphabet soup from hell. It fights you on the way down and crawls back out in constant Sisyphean battle for relevance. Draw that. Practicing designing accessible content. Heading Level 2. You're going to need dry saltines to get this soup down. Good thing there are enough standards and documentation to go around. Bullet. List start. A truly assistive unit takes a lot of work and practice. 1 of 7. Bullet. Learn your screen reader. You have at least 1. 2 of 7. Bullet. Build from HTML basics. 3 of 7. HTML is the most assistive standard for developers building accessible web content. Using HTML semantics properly will get us closer to the accessible solutions than going the JavaScript. Web accessibility only cares about information in DOM. All JavaScript areas opaque. Bullet. Learn ARIA techniques to modify how visual information sounds while considering ARIA rules. Link. Bullet. Let evil rot. Link. Bullet. Think about how your works make you feel across all your available senses. 6 of 7. Bullet. Overall, the most costly aspect of designing for accessibility is leaving it to the end. 7 of 7. List end. The most successful accessibility designers will start designing with accessibility principles. They'll learn to play standards like a deck of cards. They'll realize HTML is a labor reducing for developers because it builds out the assistive technology experiences. Build your deck. Vertical scroll bar. 44.